Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be going over how I find products that make me $10,000 per month or more. Alright guys, so welcome back. Thanks for sticking through the intro. Big announcements for today. Lots of amazing announcements actually. The Savage phone case came in. I wanted to try a sample. If you sell on Amazon, you know about samples, right? So I just took our logo and I put it on a phone case. This is on the iPhone X. Got the calculator open. Any good entrepreneur has their calculator open several times a day. So yeah, that's available. There'll be a link in the description for merch. You could pick this up down there. Next, huge announcement is we're doing another giveaway. Winner will be picked on August 1st. All you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go follow me on Instagram. There will be a link down in the description that says follow me on Instagram. Leave a thumbs up and comment Amazon FBA product research. We're changing it this month. Comment Amazon FBA product research to enter the giveaway. As long as you're subscribed, I will be giving away a free mentorship call. So if you don't know, for the past few months, I've been doing mentorship for a handful of students. There's always a link to that in the description if you ever do need a little bit of help. Kind of trying to move away from that. It's pretty tiring. I've done calls with almost 500 people now, and I'm trying to move away from that. So I don't know how much longer I'll be doing it, but I did, it's fun. I'm going to miss it. You can get in there now if you want, or you could enter the giveaway. I'll be giving away a call. I'll also be giving away one person a list of product ideas. So as you know, I do a monthly product picks limited to a certain number of people that will get that. And it's just my results for product research over the month. You could enter to win that list. Enter down below by doing what I said, comment Amazon FBA product research, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I will be checking. The last major announcement is actually something that I've been working on, that I've been thinking about for a while, and this is super exciting. So you guys absolutely loved the Savage Sellers course, full Amazon FBA course. Covering the basics, covering the fundamentals, and it's covering every aspect, right? And that's obviously a free course and it's donation based. So if you don't have that already and you're new here, well, first of all, welcome. I'd love to have you subscribe. But also you could take my free donation based full length course in the description. Speaking of course, drum roll please. We are going to be releasing a full length in-depth product research course. So it's going to be several hours. I'm going to try and make it, if possible, almost as long as the full length whole process for Amazon. But I think no one's putting their money where their mouth is. They're like, product research is the most important. I've actually been scouting other people's courses on YouTube, just writing off whatever the expense is. That's a learning expense anyways. So I'm like, I might as well see what other people are teaching. And no one covers as in depth as what I know or what maybe they know, and it's just hard to translate. So I'm literally going to be throwing it all out. And again, guys, it's going to be free. Of course, you know me, I'm always just trying to give back. So it'll be donation based. If you want to support me, you like what I'm doing, you like the idea of killing the gurus and destroying their course sales, you can donate whatever you want to mine. That'll be out. I don't have a release date yet, guys. I'm working on it, but I did want to let you know that it's coming. If you're excited for that, let me know down in the comments. But other than that, guys, let me resize myself here. I will bring myself down into this corner, get myself nice and small, so you can see my screen. And now let's get going with the product research. All right, cool. So here's where we're going to start, guys. 10,000 a month. We're going to call that profit. And we're going to say that's one product. So what does that necessarily mean? You could do the math very easily. If there's 30 days in a month, it's about $300 a day. So if you wanted to do, I don't know how well you're going to see this. So 10,000 divided by 30, and that'll give you how much you need to be making a day. And I said it, right? It's $333 a day in profit, which essentially means we need to be doing about $650 a day in sales. So that's going to be revenue. So if I were to just do this on the screen so I don't have to keep using my webcam here, we pull up a calculator, and I love just doing the numbers first. Okay, so I don't know why it always does that. We'll clear that, and we would do maybe if we had a $19.99 product, how many of those would we need to sell a day? So let's say we were selling 30 of those a day. That's 600. And then if we had a 50% margin, we do times 0.5, and that's going to be our $300 a day. So we wanted $333 a day. So let's say you have to sell about 24 units of a $19.99 product with a 50% margin. So that's how you're going to make 10K a month. That doesn't sound that bad now, does it? 24 units a day. Essentially, we broke down the math, and now it doesn't seem as scary, does it? Right? I just got to sell 24 units a day of a product that's $20. So now we just need to go find the demand. And I think a really big issue, and I just made a video called "Do I Need Jungle Scout?" I'll link to that in the description. You go click, and I'll put this video is what I was talking about in the description. You can watch that, about how so many people are just getting caught up in the tools and the software, and like everyone's trying to sell you something, and it just hurts my brain. You don't need literally anything to sell on Amazon for the most part. We broke down how you could do every single thing that any software will do manually. It does take longer, and those softwares are all obviously awesome, but really, like, you don't need a mentor, you don't need a course. Just sit down on Amazon and start looking for products and figure out how to know if it's good. If you know that one skill of knowing this is a good product, that's a bad product, you're going to go far. You'll make 100K this year. You'll make 10K a month. You'll make 120K this year, we'll say. That's all it takes, guys. Like, if you just sit down and you focus, you stop listening to all the gurus, you stop saying, okay, I'm going to focus on Shopify and that doesn't work, I'll do FBA. They all work. They can all make you 10K a month, but you have to focus, right? The man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. So let's get into it. And I just want to show you, with no tools, no fluff, nothing, no pitching, no sales, how do you find products that make that much money? Okay, so all we're going to do, and they actually changed it. There used to be a side column here that you could click into, but you could come into here and select a category straight from here. I like arts, crafts, and sewing. You guys know that. I've liked that for a while. What we could actually do is just type negative and then just type something random. And now don't worry if you already know what I'm doing here. Still stick around, because I'm going to show you a lot of methods and a lot of analyzation methods of how to know if it's good or bad. Should I actually sell this? Because I could technically do this and say, okay, that's definitely making, a ton of money right there. But that's not a good product to sell. We're not going to sell scissors, and it's going to be extremely hard to get ranked for something like that. So let's go into actual products that make sense to sell. This isn't planned. Essentially, it's like a watch me work kind of video. This is what I'd be doing every single morning, 6 a.m. I go and get my coffee, I pull up my laptop, and I sit down and I do product research every day. Because that's what it takes, right? It's funny because I say it's a passive business, and it is to a degree, but if you want to keep scaling like me, I just have a hunger and I love it. I want to make $100,000 a month. That's a huge goal for me. I want to make that much in profit. I want to get taxed on $100,000 a month income through a corporation, obviously, or else that would be crazy. But that's a huge goal for me, and it's not even insane, or I don't feel uncomfortable saying that. It's because you just got to put the work in, stay focused, keep your head down and work, right? And let's do that, okay? Let's find your first 10K a month product. So I like crafting a lot. Now this guy, just to let you guys know, this will work for any category you want. So don't let someone tell you a category is not good to sell in. Some you literally can't. Like, you're not going to sell in clothing. You're not going to sell a computer. But like electronics, for instance, we might be able to go into. Why don't we just do that? Like, study the masses and do the opposite. We'll go into electronics, and then maybe we'll go into, like, let's pick one. Accessories and supplies. So electronic accessories, that sounds good. Audio, video, accessories in general, computer accessories and peripherals. I don't know what that means necessarily, but that might be a good thing. Right? Why don't we'll go into television accessories, okay? And we'll see. So exactly, this is not an electronic product, you guys. This is a bracket, but it's in electronics. You would have never seen this. And there's a lot of stuff in here, right? There's a spray, there's a screen cleaner, there's some cords. This is a tripod, that's a universal remote. So there's tons of stuff in here, right? And that's the thing, is like you would never see these things in Jungle Scout, because you're not clicking on electronics, you're not looking in that category. And this, by no means is there any reason you couldn't sell something like that? I mean, this obviously is probably really competitive, but it's just giving you example, right? So let's try and find something we could actually sell. What you can do, here's a little hack, right? I don't know if you know this. You go to page 2. You have to click page 2 first. But then what you can actually do is sort by average customer review. Go ahead and do that. And then it's going to show you, cool. So what I would usually do is, this is a little early to do it, but just to show you, I'll pull up Jungle Scout on this page. And again, if you don't have Jungle Scout, you can watch that video down below and I show you the manual process for doing what this is doing for me right now. But we're just going to assume that you have it. And if you don't, pick it up from the link I have in the description. It does help me out for all the free content I put out. I get a little bit of a kickback if you buy it from my link. So it does help if you're going to get it anyway, at least. Don't feel pressured to do it. So here's what the hack was, by the way. So I love the URL stuff. Like for instance, if you click on a listing, you could find the ASIN. But if you click on page 2, all of a sudden that's written into the URL. And now we can see page 2 pops up right here. So instead of clicking page right here 400 times, all you have to do is you could jump way to the back of this where no one's seeing things, change that to like 131, right? So now we're on page 131 without having to click that far 131 times on the next button, right? And we get to see all these products. And again, this doesn't necessarily look super promising. We're in a weird category, but you could do this for anything. And a lot of the time it's these restrictive thoughts about what even is a good category to sell in that misses you some of your biggest opportunities, guys. I have products in electronics. I've been looking in there more and more because so many people are saying not to. So it just seems like a good idea to me because no one has their eyes on it. Let's take advantage of that. Showing you stuff that I actually know here. Like there's no secrets. That's the funny part. Is just, quit your job and do something you like. Replace your income, and don't just replace it, scale it. Make more doing something that's actually fun. That's the whole principle that I'm trying to teach. I've achieved that. I started reading business books very young, started listening to a lot of successful people. And at the end of the day, just pick something, stick with it, and crush it. That's what we're doing here. So let's go, we'll change it up again. We're not really catching anything. So we'll go into arts, crafts, and sewing. We're going to search. We're going to go sort by average customer review. Okay, we're doing this in real time now. And now page won't pop up unless you click, page 2 first. But why don't we just pull up Jungle Scout on this page? And all that I'm doing here is I'm just looking for significantly high revenues. So by the way, if we want one product to do $600 a day in revenue, we could get a good understanding of what that's going to be per month, and I'll just do it here. So we said we need about 24 units at $19.99 with a 15% margin. Not 15%, 50%, which is a little bit high for that price range. So that's, why? I'm confused. 24 times $19.99. Okay, I don't know what I was going to do here, but we'll do times 30. So I don't know why my math is wrong here for a second. I think I said we needed 24 units at a 10. Okay, no, so we need 30 units at $19.99. If it was 50% margin, that'd be, so I don't want to confuse you, but essentially you need to be in the $15,000 to $20,000 revenue point to make $10,000 a month in profit. So if you have a really healthy profit margin. So what we need to look for is someone that's making not 56, that might be a little too high, but we want the 15 to 25 range. And this is, more advanced. If you want one product to make you 10K a month, which is a good goal, it's definitely totally possible. Or if you just, want to make half that 5K a month, that's not what this video is about, but you could cut that in half. So maybe go something less competitive. They're probably making 5K a month, right? So that's almost exactly what they're talking about. They're doing 11,000 a month in revenue. They're probably that's a pretty big product. Maybe they're making $8 per unit. They're selling, 570 per month. So, there you go. There's $5,000 a month. So let's look at these. So this is a knit IQ blocking mats for knitting. So I have no idea what that is. I've never seen this before. That actually looks pretty good. I'm not worried about the reviews. Don't worry about the reviews because the market could still be good. So this is one of those mindset shifts you have to make. Get away from thinking about one individual listing and start thinking about markets as a whole. And I'm going to show you a trick right now, so stick around, for how to determine if it's good or not. don't worry about reviews. We're just looking at revenue for now. So just find a good revenue. And this one's good. So it's blocking mats for knitting. And then all we're going to do is we're going to open up a new Amazon tab. And we're going to put blocking mats for knitting. We have a bunch here. Cool. And then already, so this is amazing. They're dying out right here. So there's 1 page of sellers. There's less than a page of sellers. So did you see that we could count sellers? And this is my biggest point, and this will be in the course coming up, except for extreme, a lot more depth put into this explanation, is you want there to be less than 3 pages of sellers. Relevant results, right? Amazon will always do its best to show you as many results as you can because they want to make a conversion, right? They're going to say, well, this isn't a blocking mat, but this is knitting blocking combs. It's a different thing, but they still might want that. So what you want to see is these actual things right here. How many are there? So there's 1, and we won't count sponsored necessarily. We'll just count organic. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. We already saw those. 5. Those aren't actually the mats. So 6, 7, 8. Those are not. And 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever. There's less than a page. Okay, so when we get down here, it dies out. You don't have to spend all day counting. Just make sure there's not too many. So if we go to page 2 or 3, what we'd want to see is that these start to die out and there's not that many there. There's literally, I think I saw 1 up there. But for the most part, and those are play mats, so that's not even the right thing. Not the right thing, that's for a gym. So the point is it's died off, there's only 1 page of sellers. Now think of the implication that that's gonna have when you try and sell this product. So does it make sense to sell something where the customer has 500 options? I immediately say no, absolutely not. Does it make sense to sell something where the customer has 16 options? With a good optimized listing and 1 sale a day, you'll already be on page 1. You don't even need reviews. You don't need a launch service. You could spend minimal amount in PPC. Really, just get a fantastic first picture done, brand it well like what they've done, and let's just see. So I don't even know. I'm just counting right now. You also have to make sure that the sales are there. You want to make sure everyone that's selling this product is making money so that once we try and sell this product, we will make money. And it's a lot easier to figure that out if, there's less people selling. Because if there's 500 people selling it and only 16 of them are making money, well, now there's 486 people not making money, right? So that's not really good. Law of averaging would say if you were to throw a dart at Jungle Scout and land somewhere, it'd be somewhere in the middle. In the middle would be where there's not any money being made. So you want to be at the top of page 1 where the money's being made. And how do we easily get to the top of page 1? Well, we cut off those other 480 sellers. You just find a product where there's not that many. It exists, guys. There's 70 plus million products. So I don't want to hear the BS about, I can't find anything. Look harder, okay? I go sometimes a week without finding a good product that I would truly want to sell. Who cares? I'm still up every day, every morning doing this. And that's why I'm crushing it. And maybe, you need to hear this, but you're not if you're watching this. Maybe you want to get started. And sometimes you need a kick in the ass to get started. Like, seriously, just get started. I don't know what else to tell you. And some people, it's just not for you. Like, if you don't enjoy the process, don't do it. Because my whole point here is I love being an entrepreneur. I love selling on Amazon. The physical product business really just it fires me up. Finding this product here that all I have to do is take a little bit of my capital, right? I'm stacking money on the side constantly. I'm not spending everything on stupid cars. I'm stacking money so that every time there's an opportunity, I have the capital to invest into it. And I turn all those hundreds into little baby 20s, and then those little 20s turn into hundreds, and then you want your money to make babies, okay? To put it in a very strange way. I think Grant Cardone says that. So everyone here is making money. So this person is crushing it, and why do we think that is? Let's just try. So there's 100 pins. How many do they have? It's $34.99. They're selling higher price than anyone else. Okay, I don't know what those little hands are for. Lower price. This is the next one that's doing really good. So right away, instantly, combs are doing great. There's not a lot of listings for the combs. Blocks, there's only about 10 listings, and they're all doing really good. Why hasn't anyone combined combs and blocks? It is that simple, guys. You just have to think like that. these two products are coming up under the same exact keyword and no one has bundled them together. So I could sell this kit for $34.99 and this alone is selling for $21. Combine 25 combs with 100 needles and is that 20 blocks or whatever it is, and then add the price together. So 20 plus 34, so we're at 55, and then deduct a little bit for the bundled price. So make it $44.99 or $49.99, $46.99, a reduced price. So it makes sense then. They're saying, well, if I was going to buy both of those together, it would be that much. I could get them, if I was going to buy them separately, it would be more. I could just get them together, and then you run your ad, you run your PPC ad for $10 a day, and you pop up in this spot. So instead of the person buying this or this, they say, hey, you know what? I was going to buy that and I was going to buy this, but I could get them for cheaper and in one shipment from just getting it right here. And I'm pointing at the sponsored one because that's where you'll be once you run PPC. And that's how you do it, guys. So now, don't expect to make the same as this guy. Expect to take some of his sales and some of his sales. So what if we average and we come in and we're another person? There's thousands of sales if we were to add all these up. What if we were to come in here and do $15K a month in revenue? So there's, say we have a 50% margin and at a $49.99 sale price, maybe you have a 60% margin. Maybe you're making, $20 to $30 for every sale that you make at $50. That's definitely possible. As you raise the price, the margins go up as well because the fees aren't eating up as much of your profit margin. So now maybe we're doing, our 600 sales. So we're doing 20 sales a day and we're just coming in right around that 10K a month range. Now, I'm not guaranteeing anything here. This is just how my mind works. Again, at the start of this, I said this was going to be something where I'm kind of just telling you how I'm thinking. And if you're excited, guys, I'm going to wrap this one end up here. Hopefully you took a lot away from this. Comment down below if you'd like to see, a whole course that will be free of tons of modules like this and finding real live examples, watching me work, and getting everything I could think of in my head about how I analyze products out into a package that you could actually take. Be donation based, just like our first one. I'm really excited about it. Keep trying to think about resources that I can bring you guys in the most selfless way possible. In my mindset, any huge, one of my huge goals in life is to become a billionaire with a B. I think even to call myself, saying a millionaire as a goal would be limiting because I know I'm capable of much more. If I set a goal that high, I have to think differently. And one thing that I see, whether it's Bill Gates, whether it is Ray Dalio or it's Tony Robbins, these huge, billionaires that have these foundations that help people, the one thing I see is that they give away a lot of their best knowledge for free. To a certain extent, it costs, their time's more valuable. So I think to do coaching, like some of the stuff that I do with Tony Robbins is like $1 million. So, I offer it for 100, but I'm not there yet, right? So it's not like one of the things they have in common is they give away their best resources for free. Gary Vee does the same thing. It's big people they're all selfless, and the more they give, the more they receive. And that's a big principle that I've followed, and it's always been good to me. I live very comfortably with my beautiful girlfriend, and we don't have a very extravagant life, but I live on my own terms. I wake up when I want to. And it's funny because, when you're given that option, I tend to wake up even earlier. Now I'm getting up when the sun gets up, 5:30, it's coming up over the mountains here, and I'm ready to start working out, doing product research and get my day going. But yeah, it's like I had this goal too when I was younger. Someone just said that one of their goals in my comments was to get like a Scat Pack charger. If you don't know what that is, it's a muscle car. And it was funny because I replied back and I was like, one of my goals was to get a ZL1 Camaro. And you guys know that. So I'll show you what it is right now, actually. It's right here. So this is the ZL1 Camaro. It's a beautiful, beautiful car. It's a muscle car. I've always loved muscle cars. This was one of my goals for the longest time, is to get this car. It's about $1,400 a month if you're going to finance it, and that's including gas and insurance. So I'm not like, lying to myself here and saying, oh, it's $1,400 a month, that's all I have to pay. Because you're gonna have to pay $250 a month in insurance. That's the cost of the car. You wouldn't do that if you didn't have it. You have to pay something like this. It's a gas guzzler, probably $300 a month in gas if you're daily driving it. So I added up. I have a really good credit score. It'd be $1,400 a month to get this car. And it's the rule of thumb for a car is that to buy it in cash, it should be less than 50% of your income for the year. That's if you're buying it in cash. So about $60,000 car. So I'd have to make $120,000 a year. Going to blow that out of the water this year. Or if I was going to finance it, it's a smarter use of cash flow. Be about $1,400 a month with all those expenses coming in. I surpassed that a long time ago, and that's in the 10% income range. So actually being able to afford it, paying that much. And it's just, it doesn't matter anymore. That's the funny thing is like once you hit that goal, you realize that the fun part about having that goal was getting to the journey to achieving it. Once you achieve it, it doesn't mean too much to you anymore. And that's kind of how it's become. Is like, I'm just, now the goal is billionaire. So that I'm not going to hit that anytime soon. So the journey is very fun though. So I hope this, I hope you guys are going to tag along with me for that. And hopefully I'll still have this YouTube channel once I reach that goal. And again, it's not, I hope I reach it, it's when I reach it. So let's just change the way you think about life. And, the world has a very good way of giving people what they deserve. So don't feel like you have to step in and play the universe. Someone's being shitty, they're going to get a shitty outcome. So you just be the best you can be. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you as always in the next video.